Hi, second graders. For the last session of learning this week, we are going to investigate a question that comes up quite often. We've been learning about butterflies, but oftentimes butterflies and moths get confused with one another, or you see something flying through the air and you think it's a butterfly, but maybe it's really a moth. So today we're going to investigate the question, can you tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth? Now, the way that we're going to do this is in this lesson, I'm going to show you on my screen right now, I have a Venn diagram and it looks like this. Now, you can ask your adults to print this off for you so you can use this exact same worksheet, but it's also very easy to draw a Venn diagram. You're going to take a piece of paper and then make two really big circle shapes that have a spot in the middle. And then you're going to label one of the circles butterfly and label the other circle moth. And in the middle, you're going to write both. Okay? Anything that we find that is special just for butterflies and unique about butterflies, we're going to take jot dot notes on the left side about butterflies. On the right side, you are going to take jot dot notes about anything that is special about moths. And then in the part where the two circles overlap in the middle, this is where you can take jot dots about both of them. How are they the same? I am showing you by typing on my computer because that is how I am showing you this lesson. Of course, at home, you can write with a pencil or a pen. Now, as we are writing, or as we are working today, what I would recommend is getting this all ready. So right now, I need you to draw your Venn diagram, if you're drawing it yourself, and label butterfly, moth, and both. Or I need you to pull out this printed copy that your parents printed for you and have a pencil ready. We are going to read a book together to start our research, and you are going to get to pause the video as we read to fill in the Venn diagram. I will do the first few examples with you, and then I will just read the rest of the book, and you can pause the video whenever you need to add more to your Venn diagram about how they are different. Here's the book we're going to read. Can you tell a butterfly from a moth? Here we go. Now remember, as I read, I'm listening for how butterflies are unique, how moths are unique, and how they are the same, or what they both have. Bright wings or dull wings. Butterflies and moths look alike in many ways. Adult butterflies and moths have 4 wings. The wings are covered with tiny scales. Scales give the wings their colors. I could pause right here and I could think, I have already heard some facts. On this page, the red page, it talks about how they are alike. That means how they are the same. It says adult butterflies and moths have 4 wings. They both have 4 wings, and the wings are covered with tiny scales. So I would write in the both category, I would say 4 wings, and I would say tiny scales on wings. And I'm going to make my text box a little bigger so it looks a little more like it would on yours. So this is me recording what I just read and what I heard about how they are the same. They both have 4 wings. They both have tiny scales on the wings. Notice I didn't write in complete sentences. I'm just doing jot dot notes. Let me move on to the yellow page. Both butterflies and moths are insects. I heard a key word, so I'm going to file that away. Many insects have 6 legs. Many adult insects also have wings. One way to tell butterflies and moths apart is to look at their wings. Okay, I'm going to pause, and I notice it says they both are insects, they have 6 legs, and they have wings, which we had already written. So I'm going to say down here in both, they are insects, and they have 6 legs, which is true of all insects. Okay? You can pause the video at any type if you need to have more time to write things down. Here's the big red writing. One way to tell butterflies and moths apart is to look at their wings. Most butterfly wings are brightly colored. Moth wings usually have dull colors. They are often gray or brown. So I'm hearing how they're different. So I'm going to go back to my Venn diagram. And for butterfly, I'm going to say brightly colored wings. But for my moth, I'm going to need to say dull colored wings. And if I wanted, I could even add the words brown. What else did it say? I need to go back and double check. Gray or brown. So I wrote brown, so I need brown or gray. Okay? So, boys and girls, we have only read 2 pages of this book, and I have already gotten some facts about how butterflies are unique, how moths are unique, and how they both are the same. Now, from this point on, I'm going to read you the rest of this book, but I am not going to pause to give you hints on how to record. It is now your turn to pause the video whenever you think you hear something that you might want to write down. Here we go. I'm turning the page. There are many more kinds of moths than butterflies, but you might notice butterflies more often. Butterflies fly during the day. Moths rest during the day and they fly at night. Their dull colors make them hard to see. Look near a porch light on a summer night. Do you see moths flying around the light? So scientists, I would pause the video, reread these 2 pages to yourself, and then write the notes in your Venn diagram. Wings up or wings out. A butterfly lands on a flower. The butterfly folds its wings up. That's the way butterflies rest. A moth lands on a tree trunk. The moth spreads its wings flat when it rests. Pause the video and write your facts on your Venn diagram. Wings are attached to the middle part of an insect's body. A butterfly's body is skinny. Thick hairs cover a moth's body. It looks fat and fuzzy. Pause the video to record. Sensing the world. Insects have antennas. Insects use their antennas to feel, taste, and smell. Look at the tips of this butterfly's antennas. Butterfly antennas have round knobs at the ends. Most moth antennas do not have knobs. The tips are thin and pointed. Some moth antennas look like feathers. Butterflies and moths wave their antennas. Their antennas smell flowers. When the butterflies and moths fly to sweet-smelling flowers, they fly to the sweet-smelling flowers to find food. A moth waves its feathery antennas. It smells other moths. Moths and butterflies find their mates by smelling with their antennas. Finding food. This butterfly flits through the garden and sun shines on its colorful wings. The butterfly lands on a flower and folds its wings. Then the butterfly unrolls a long tube and pushes it into a flower. The tube is the butterfly's mouth. It's called the proboscis, as we learned earlier this week, boys and girls. The butterfly sips a sweet liquid called nectar from the flowers. Later, the sun sets and a dark moth flies through the field. The moth's wings are hard to see. This moth waves its antennas and smells something sweet. It lands on a flower. It spreads its wings. Then it unrolls its tube. The moth slips and sips nectar from the flower. Well, I can make a connection. If they're both visiting flowers to get the nectar, they must be pollinators. Next page. Growing up. All insects begin life as an egg. What hatches from a butterfly or moth egg? A caterpillar. Both butterflies and moths have eggs and caterpillar larvae in their life cycle. A caterpillar chews leaves, it eats and grows, and soon it grows too big for its skin. That caterpillar molts. That means it sheds its old skin. It has a new skin underneath. The caterpillar molts many times as it grows, for both moths and butterflies. Finally, the caterpillar is finished growing. Here I am on the green page. Then the moth caterpillar hides under leaves or soil. The caterpillar spins a cocoon. The cocoon is made of silk. It covers the caterpillar. This moth is tightly wrapped in its cocoon. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar sheds its skin again, and it grows 4 wings and 6 long legs. The caterpillar changes into a moth. A butterfly caterpillar does not spin a cocoon. The caterpillar climbs to a leaf or branch and then it spins a strong silk button. The button holds the caterpillar to the leaf and the caterpillar hangs upside down and then it molts. A hard shell called a chrysalis covers the caterpillar. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar changes into a butterfly. Butterflies and moths fly in gardens, meadows, and woods. Can you now tell these lookalikes apart? So scientists, now that we're done with the book, I'm going to go back to my Venn diagram. You should have a lot more than this written in your Venn diagram, but I want you to keep the Venn diagram out because when this video stops in a couple of seconds, you are then going to watch another video. It is a SciShow Kids video about moths and butterflies, and you can continue to add facts to your Venn diagram, so continue to work on this. And then there's a reading passage about moths and butterflies. It's a that you can read on your own or with an adult and continue to add to this Venn diagram as well. So you're not done working, you're just done with this first part and you'll continue to add to it. I cannot wait to have you take a picture of your Venn diagrams or send me your Venn diagrams of all the research about butterflies and moths that you did so that I know that you now know how to tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth. Boys and girls, I miss seeing you and I hope we can enjoy learning even though we are far apart. Bye guys, have fun.